sat down to start writing the speech this morning, I realized that I didn't really know what a best man speech was supposed to sound like. So I Googled it, and Google came in pretty clutch and provided me with four steps to a perfect best man speech. Step one is greet the crowd. How's everybody doing? I echo Beaver here, and I think I speak for all of us when I say that it feels like a miracle that we are all here right now. It wasn't that long ago that gathering like this felt like such a thing in the past, and we didn't know when we were going to be able to do it again. So I'm very grateful to be here tonight, celebrating the union of Kevin and Scott, and thank you all for coming. Now, Scott's family, I don't know if you're aware of this, but a large portion of Kevin's family runs on something referred to as Puerto Rican time. It's not funny. It's a real phenomenon, and those who suffer from it tend to run 2 to 3 hours behind schedule all the time, etc. But thankfully, Kevin and Scott saw this coming, and all the Puerto Ricans in attendance tonight were told that the wedding started at 2. So when I say that it feels like a miracle that we're all here, that's what I'm referring to. Okay, now step 2, let's talk about the group. So I've known Kevin for a long time. And in case our striking resemblance to one another doesn't give it away, we are indeed brothers. And I'm actually his older brother. It's easy to look at Kevin today and see a young man that's driven and talented, confident, average height. And you might think that he's always been that way. And you're right. I might be a little biased, but I don't think I've ever known anyone who sees the world quite as clearly as my brother does. It seems like from day one, he knew exactly who he wanted to be and what he wanted to do. So I'll tell you a little story. So the first school that we went to was a little school right on the corner from our house. So my first day of first grade, my mom, my dad, and Kevin all got ready with me in the morning, walk around the corner of the school. And in the morning, all the kids would just wait outside. And then when it was time to go in, the teachers would come out, line everybody up. One by one, the kids would go inside. So we get there on my first day. We're on Puerto Rican time, so everyone's already in their lines. And I run over, hop in the back of my line. And while I'm waiting, I'm looking at this line of second graders next to me. And I'm scanning this line, and I get to the end of the line, and there's a very short second grader. And it's Kevin. And he's just standing there like backpack on, dressed, ready to go, like he'd done this a million times. And when that second grade class went inside, my parents had to rip him away, and Kevin was devastated. And we should have known from that day that Kevin was gonna go on to become a great educator, because clearly he did. It's funny how simply following what feels right brings us to the things that make us the happiest. And that brings us to step 3. So the first time I met Scott, he was actually welcoming me into my own home. I was living out of the state at the time. I came back home for Thanksgiving, I guess my mom's house, and Scott's already there. So he came over to the door, introduced himself, gave me a hug, and from that day, Scott has just been a part of the family.
Yeah.
And the fact that you are still here after all these years just goes to show how much you and Kevin truly love each other. Or that you're just as crazy as the rest of us. But either way, we're very happy to be able to call you one of our own.
Oh, yes.
I'm remembering the rest of the speech right now.
Step 4. No, not yet. Step 4.
Not yet.
As Scott would know, Kevin.
Thank you. As Scott could tell you, Kevin has always been a very busy person. I mean, he would never do anything that he didn't want to do, like fold laundry or do dishes or help put away groceries. But
I've always admired. I've always admired.
but I've always admired. I've always admired my brother's ability to simply block out everything and only allow into his life what he wanted to allow into his life. So 5 years ago, when Kevin told me that he was bringing a person into his life, I understood the significance of that. I understood that Kevin had found someone who he truly wanted to share his life with. Someone who saw the world the same way he saw the world, and someone who saw Kevin the same way Kevin had always seen himself. And if that is not love, I do not know what is. And that brings us to step 4, which is propose a toast. Scott, like I said, you've been a part of this family for years now, but officially, welcome to the family. For Scott's family, you're now legally stuck with my brother. Nothing I can do about it. If these last couple of years have taught us all anything, it's that this world is very fragile. So it is our responsibility tonight to enjoy this night as much as humanly possible. So on that note, it's Kevin and Scott. Cheers.
Make some noise one more time for Tyler.